Hey traders, how's it going? I hope you guys had an awesome week trading, and hopefully overall it's been going great. I want to give you guys some more updates on the hedge fund levels and show you guys how I used them this past week on the Forex market this time around. I'm usually more of a big fan of the futures, but this week I used them on the Forex, and I want to show you what I did with the AUD NZD and how I took that trade using the hedge fund levels, and I took a long entry on it. And I'm going to show you how you can use these to your advantage and go over some settings and how you can see how you can configure them a little differently based on the parameters that you set and how you plan to be using them. So overall, I've been doing really well with them, and I want to demonstrate some more ideas on what we can do to be better with them. And hopefully, this is something you guys can learn from, and you guys can also be intrigued by and try to see how they can benefit you in your own trading as well. And I'll go into some details now. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the AUD NZD, and I want to go over the hedge fund levels and show you guys what I did with this past week on how I took my entry. I had a great move to the upside on the AUD NZD where I went long, and the hedge fund levels gave me an awesome signal. And I'm going to go over how we can open up the hedge fund levels and how we can get them into our platform and give you some more insight on how they work. Okay. So first, what we want to do is this is currently a 5-minute chart. Let me point that out. 5-minute chart on the AUD NZD, and I want to show you how the hedge fund levels can be used on any time frame. I like using them on a quick time frame for like a 5-minute chart. Obviously you have to do your top-down analysis when you're going into details on where to take an entry. You don't just use the hedge fund levels blind because that'll always, bite you in the back end if you're not paying attention to what the market's doing, if it's in a downtrend or an uptrend. So I was kind of looking at this, I'm going to go over just the 5-minute for now and show you how I took my entry and what I did to analyze it. So when we go into here, we go to indicators, and from there we scroll down to hedge fund levels. I want you guys to look for hedge fund levels when you're opening up yours, okay? So here, I like to look at on the AUD NZD, what I thought was a good bar look back. The bar look back is basically a series of data that kind of gives you an indication of more or less, depending on the strength of the level. So these hedge fund levels are basically, huge volume flushes where the market is just coming in, where big hedge fund levels or institutions are coming in and they're just flooding the market with trades, and all types of big liquidity pools are just coming in and firing in those levels. So that's what the hedge fund levels are doing. So the more that you go up on the bar look back, the less hedge fund levels you'll see. So the less you put, the smaller the number, the more hedge fund levels you'll see. The bigger the number, the less you'll see. So in this case, for the AUD NZD, I liked it on a 13. That's what I played it for. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like on a 13 level. I'll zoom out a little bit so you guys can see how there is a good amount of levels that were presented here. Okay, so just to show you a little bit, I'm going to do a little difference just to show you guys so you can see like what it looks like without it. Excuse me, let me go back to this one so you can see what it looks like a little bit, with less. I'm going to go up in the number. So let's go to 20. Okay, keep it a minute to load. Sometimes it takes a second. Up here you can see where it's calculating. Okay, all right, you guys see how there's less levels that have presented themselves now? So this is a strong level that is indicated where huge selling has come down to this level. This is where big buying has come in, big buying has come in again, but it's being pushed down based off of the level, based off the hedge funds that are coming in, the big institutions, the big guys on Wall Street that are coming in to push this down. So yeah, you see how there's less levels? That's what the bar look back settings do. Okay, so I'm going to go back to a 13 just to show you guys how I took my trade and what I used for it. So let's go. Put a 13 in there. All right, so see how there's more levels. So I use this in conjunction with a little bit of indicators. I don't have them on the screen for now, just to make this clean make it a little cleaner so you guys can see like what to really analyze here, because what I'm really trying to show you guys is the hedge fund levels themselves. But what I do here, I like to use big support and resistance levels, and I like to draw those out. So here in this case, I have this level drawn out. Up here, I have the same one drawn out. I like to see what they do later on. So what I did for my entry was how I like to look for taking an entry on the hedge fund levels. I like to look for falling greens if I'm going long. I don't just grab any green level or any red level if you're going short. So for falling greens, what I like to look for, I like to look for a series of 3 falling greens that come simultaneously kind of after the other in a nice pattern kind of form. So in this case, we had falling green here, falling green here, falling green here, and what did it do? So let's go ahead and draw this out. That's a good, trend line entry. That's what these trend lines do. It gives you a good trend line to basically pull out for a good breakthrough to the upside or a breakthrough to the downside. So in this case, we had a good breakthrough to the upside, and as you can see, price clearly took off and then came up to a clear level, which was right here. And that's where I got out probably right around the top, right when it started to fall down again. But I got out with a profit, and that's what matters. And that's what I want to show you what these hedge fund levels do. They're, big pools of liquidity that get flushed into the market. And that's what you're basically looking for as a trader, because you want to know what the big guys are doing, because you want to trade with the big guys. You don't just want to sit here trying to guess and pick and choose tops and bottoms. If you didn't know this was going to happen here, you would be trying to go long maybe right here. And then you get chopped around and you might get nervous and cut the position before you miss out to the upside. But here, I took my entry right here, went down a little bit, and it fired back up. So it helps you avoid, time in the market. It makes you feel more confident about your entry. You're not sitting there guessing. It gives you, an idea of what the market is doing. What are the big guys trading with? How are they trading? Because each key level here at the top of this trough, right here, this peak, right here at this pivot point with a big top level here, and another one right here. So I want you guys to think about this. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'd love to go over it some more with you. And from there, shoot me an email if you're interested in these, and I can help get them to you, okay? All right, guys, take it easy.